Thank you for joining. Thank you for the rose. Okay, now. All right, now. Stop. Yeah, so Spirit. There's Edgar going to contact Lily Rose. I'm getting a no for that, but I was trying to see what Spirit was saying about the reason. And it's giving the energy of like it was finalized, like maybe you all had a conversation where um he kind of finalized things. Does that resonate at all? You said no, I have blocked him while he was typing. Okay. So that may have been the conversation or the message that he was going to relay. It does feel like there's somebody that he's dealing with. I know that's not what you want to hear, but were you suspecting that he's dealing with somebody? Okay. Yeah, that's the inner, you say yes. That's the energy that is giving. Yeah. It feels like the energy of like trust issues. I don't know if that was your part or his part. Um, but it's kind of like um, you know, I'm not saying this is exactly how it happened, but it's kind of um like messaging him or like messaging or calling and then like multiple times and then accusing him of something. That's just the energy though. It doesn't have to be exact. Um and it could have been him, but I don't know. That's how it feels. You're welcome. Does that part resonate though? The last part I said. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, you said yes. Okay. So I mean, I would just encourage you to take that as a learning experience. Of course, energy can shift, and um, the more you improve, the more you heal yourself, um, the more your relationships are going to improve. So, whether it's a reconciliation with someone or someone new, that's always something to consider. And I think we've all been there at some point. I definitely have dealt with heavy trust issues, and I really still do to a degree. And that's largely why I'm single, and I am purposely single. Like, not even going on the dating apps, not even going to, you know, trying to do too much to be in the dating scene at all. And it's a lot easier said than done, but I think that if you can practice it, at least in small doses, even if you have to go through a couple of other experiences like that where you have um, some trust issues, because I feel like you're going to continuously deal with that until you internally process that out. And so that's really how the cycle of relationships go ultimately. Does anyone else have a question? All right. Shanisha, did you grab a heart me? I don't know how you tell who has sent heart me's. Let me see. Yeah, I think I only got one. Please send a heart me if you have a question. Latanya, did you send a heart me? Hi. Thank you for joining. Zany, I'm doing yes, no questions for free, but just send a heart me and I will do your question. Zany, did you send a heart me? Did I miss it? I really don't. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna answer a pregnancy question because I'm not gonna read into a question that you can't easily confirm on your own. You know, just by getting a pregnancy test or something like that. It's just like someone asked me a question similar to that previously, like about credit or getting a house or something like that, and I said the same thing. If you have like a question about, you know, something specific, other than what you can personally like physically confirm, then those are the questions that I'm doing. But if people don't want to send a heart me, that's totally fine. But I'm not, that's just the minimal exchange. Again, did you send a heart me? I guess I need to go back to getting on live on Fridays earlier in the day. Cause y'all wildin'. I ain't gonna hold you. I've never seen a situation where somebody doesn't want to send a heart me for a free question because it's really cost nothing. And maybe that's because you don't want to follow or something like that, but okay, who sent that one? All right, Betty Boo. What's your question? Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the roses. Rama, please send a heart me. And if I'm not gonna do that kind of question because that's more like a paid reading, like a 22-22 or 33-33 type reading. So if you send a heart me and you have one specific question, a yes no question, then I will answer that. Hi, Miss Keita. Betty Boop, you don't have a question? But I appreciate you sending the heart me and the gifts. I do. You said I wrote it. Okay, well, it might be getting filtered, so just put like one word at a time. Can y'all? Hey. Stop. Ani. Hold on, y'all. Going out. I'm not playing with y'all today. Oh my Lord. Okay, goddess. Thank you for the heart me. Betty Boop, did you can you write one word at a time? Goddess, I'll get to your question in just a moment. Will I hear from Victor? Higher Soul Spirit will Betty Boop hear from Victor. I feel like Victor is really focused on his career. Does that resonate for him? It's giving the energy that he does something with his hands for work. Let me know if that resonates. You said Misty? Who's washy? Wishy-washy? I'm not sure. Okay, so the energy is like I was getting a no, but I feel like he's very focused on like his work or career or something that he has going on. And I feel like if you're saying that he's wishy-washy, it's more because of that versus like you. But I think that he's just like really self-absorbed. That's the energy that it's giving. You're welcome. You said he blocked you? Okay. Yeah, I think that is so it's given more the energy of like maybe you had some very high expectations of him as far as like why aren't you taking me out? It doesn't, and this doesn't have to be the exact scenario, but the energy is that you're like your either demands or your expectations of what you wanted from him were more than what he can provide, because he has a lot going. It seems like he has a lot going on. So let me know if that resonates. You say yes. Okay. Um, yeah. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Thank you for the follow. All right. So, goddess. Yeah, I mean, I think that you deserve someone who's going to be invested in the relationship. And if he's not going, if he's going to be wishy-washy and in and out and not consistent or anything like that, and nobody wants that. So I know that's not what you want. Then I definitely think that that's not a good option. All right, Miss Goddess or Goddess, I'm ready for your question. Amanda, did you send a heart me? You too. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, D, will I be more successful on Adrian's team? Okay, will D be more successful on Adrian's team? Higher Soul Spirit, will D be more successful on Adrian's team? So Adrian is given the energy. Hi. Adrian is given the energy of like he's still, I don't know if it's a he or she. It's given, it feels like a he, but I feel like this person has high expectations, but they're willing to like work with you and help you and answer your questions. So was the last person that you worked with, were they more like get it done, I don't have time to deal with you type energy? And when you say team, I'm assuming it's work. You said yes. Okay. So yeah, I think that he'll still have high expectations where you can be successful, but you are going to have to ask questions. So if you're not sure about something, because with the high expectations can come, I don't want to say harsh criticism, but it can be like, okay, what's going on? Because you didn't do this, this, and this correct. And it's not like it's gonna be like kind of like rah in a little bit. Um, but it's not like in a malicious way. It's not like I'm not gonna help you and I have these expectations. It's gonna be, why didn't you ask me for clarification type expectations. So thank you for trusting me with your energy. Did anyone else send a heart me? Yeah. Thank you for joining and coming hanging out. You're welcome, guys. Did you send a heart me? I can see just what you typed just then. You said, "Okay, I see your messages." I can see like the hearts and stuff that you're sending. You might have to stop. You might have to send your question one word at a time. Thank you, Uncle Knox. I feel like I need more light. Oh. Right. And that's every night fun. Child. Thank you for the follow, Mandy. Glenn, did you send a heart me? Will Rama get a break? Now, when you say break, do you mean breakthrough? I mean, the answer to that is always yes, but let me know, like, can you be a little more specific? All right, higher self spirit, what does Rama need to know about receiving her breakthrough? Thank you for the follow. When you ask like really general questions like that, it's very difficult to give you a yes or no. I mean, like I said, the answer is always yes if you're working towards it. But I will say this. So you do need to be in your lane. So like if you know that you don't know how to sing that well, naturally, I would say that's not something that you should try to perfect. So I feel like what you should focus on is your gifts. So anything that comes naturally to you, anything that you really love to do, something that you can do that doesn't feel like work, those would be things to focus on. So is there something um it does feel kind of crafty. Okay, I was gonna say it felt like something you do with your hands. Um, so I do feel like that will go well for you because I was getting something that you do with your hands. They were showing me more like a craft. Um, it was almost like they were showing you knitting or something like that, but I think that they were trying to show you doing something with your hands. And so I definitely it could have been braiding or something, but they were definitely showing you doing something with your hands. So I do feel like you will be successful in that. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Thank you for sharing the live. Yolanda, did you grab your heart me? You're welcome. Oh, thank you. Same to you. Okay, Yolanda. Should I leave my current relationship with James? Higher Soul Spirit, should Yolanda leave her current relationship with James? Higher Soul Spirit, what does Yolanda need to know about James? So I'm getting the energy that James has like a problem with communication. So if that resonates, like I'm getting a yes that you should leave the relationship, and the reason is because of communication. You say yes. Okay. Yeah, I think that, I mean, because if that's, we all need communication in relationships. Like that's the foundation of relationships, really. And so it's not worth pursuing if he's not going to properly communicate. It's not worth pursuing if the person isn't going to give you exactly what you want out of the relationship anyway. Thank you for the heart me. And who was that? Blessed. Okay, blessed. Thank you for the heart me. Maya, is it Maya? Did you send a heart me? It's hard for me to keep up because it's showing me the number, but it's not showing me the okay. So I see Maya and then Blessed. Okay. Thank you for the heart me, Alyssa. I'll put you on the list. All right. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Hold on a second. Will Jamal reply back to me before the weekend is over? Okay. Will Jamal reach out to Maya? Does Jamal has like I can't even talk. The energy feels like Jamal is like just wants a physical relationship. Does he have a tendency to like focus on the physical aspect? Struggling to see. Jeez. He focused on both. That's my boyfriend. Okay. Um. So it feels like the energy of like I'll reach out, but it's gonna be because I want to link up physically. Um. So it gives more like he's more focused on that than actually the relationship. You said we just got into it. Well, there it is concerning, like if especially if y'all are just starting a relationship, um, it's concerning that he hasn't contacted you. If and like for somebody to be in a relationship with you, like y'all have committed to a relationship. You say you've been together for a year. Okay, so when you say just got into it, you mean you just got physical after a year? If he went through your phone, that's definitely not a good sign. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever he saw in the phone is kind of put him in. If I'm gonna deal with her, then it's gonna be on a physical basis. So, so the answer is yes. Like I feel like he will reach out, but it may not be by the weekend, but I do feel like he's gonna circle back. But it's going to be heavily focused on just physical. It's not gonna be like what you want out of a complete relationship. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Blessed, are you still here? You're welcome. Okay, Blessed, can you put your question down again? Sarah, did you send a heart me? Okay, Tay. Okay, does Toya want to get back together? Higher Soul Spirit, does Tay want to get back together? Okay, Brittany. Higher Soul Spirit, does Toya want to get back with Tay? Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Lexi. I'll put you on the list. So this is kind of like a reconciliation question, and I said I wasn't going to answer these, but I'll see if Spirit wants to give an answer. Higher Soul Spirit. So Toya's energy, Toya's energy, it feels abusive. So was she like physically or verbally abusive? Thank you for the heart me. No, okay. That might not be your energy. Yeah, I don't think Spirit wants to answer that question. If I'm not picking up on your energy. Okay, Alyssa, you're welcome. Alyssa was next. You still here? Okay, Alyssa, has James been thinking about me? Alyssa, do you know? Thank you for the rose. Alyssa, do you know if James is on the spectrum? The reason why, I'm not trying to be funny, but the reason why I asked that is because I feel like his thoughts are all over the place. Like he doesn't really focus on anything, much of anything, to be honest. That's the energy that he's giving. Tasha, did you send a heart me? I'm not gonna answer pregnancy questions because that's something you can confirm with a pregnancy test. A heart me is something you grab up at the top. The like once you follow, then you send a daily heart me. Alyssa, thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Alyssa, does that resonate? Okay, Brittany, will T, I'm just gonna write your question down. Will T and I ever be in a serious relationship? You said that sounds like the ex I just left. Okay. Higher Soul Spirit, did you want to answer the question about James? Alyssa, did you like send him something that would cause him to think about you, or like have you been setting some kind of intention? You said no, but I think he's waiting for me to heal a bit. Yeah, I don't think that, for some reason, Spirit doesn't want to talk about James. I feel like they brought up the X out of your energy, because maybe you have, if you're saying that you need to heal, you probably still need to heal from that relationship. So I feel like anytime they bring up a past person, and if that person is still in your energy, then that is definitely a point of where you need to heal. Um, Okay, last time you talked, you got that vibe. Okay. I definitely think that you need to heal from the last relationship. Um, do you exhibit that kind of energy where you're like kind of all over the place, you're not really focused? You said no, I'm very clear, very focused. Okay. So it would just be whatever you experienced in that last relationship with that person. If they're not very attentive, if they're not focused, if they're all over the place, then that's what bothered you the most. And that makes sense if you're very focused and this person was very chaotic and all over the place. So it's something about that you need to focus on. So you might be way on the other end of the spectrum as far as focused. So it's kind of like you can be, not focused enough, or you can be way too focused. And so there needs to be some balance and like you meeting those two things in the middle. Because what happens is if you're very intense and very focused, it becomes hard to relate to other people because your expectations are way up here. So if you're very hard on yourself and your expectations for yourself are very high, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that it's a great thing because there's a lot of people that struggle to get there, but just like toning it down some and allowing people to be themselves in a relationship versus like being more rigid. That's the energy that it feels like. Um, you said that tracks. Okay. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, Brittany was next. You said tone it down. Got it. Yeah, it feels like you need to like do some inner child healing, because it's like have fun, like laugh, go to the park, like go to an amusement park or a museum, just like let your hair down. So that's definitely the energy that is given. Okay, Brittany. And you wanted to know, will you and T be in a serious relationship? Higher self spirit will Brit and T be in a serious relationship? Higher self spirit will Brit and T be in a serious relationship? Okay, so I probably confused everybody with my board. So sending a heart me is at the top, not just the heart emoji. I apologize. I'm gonna have to fix that for next time. The heart me is up at the top near my name and my picture. Will T and Brit be in a serious relationship? So I get the energy that there is a possibility that you can be in a serious relationship. Thank you for the heart me. Um, are y'all long distance? It feels like there's a barrier, like some kind of barrier, like distance or something else. You said there's currently distance between us, yes, but I plan to move to his state soon for work. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think there's the potential for a relationship once you close that distance. Because he doesn't give the energy that he does well with long distance. So once you close the distance, then you can definitely have a relationship. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Thank you for the heart me, Veda. Is it Veda? Lexi was next. Lexi, are you still here? You're welcome, Brittany. Okay, Veda. You're on the list. I think Lexi was next if she's still here. All right, Sana. I don't want to tear up your name. Rash. Will me and Chloe get back together? Can you? My spirit team really doesn't want me to answer those type of questions because people do spell work. I'm not saying you do, but people do spell work and then try to check to see if it worked. So my spirit guys don't want me to answer that type of question. If you want to know like who's in your energy love wise, then I can kind of describe how the energy feels around that. Okay, Lexi, can you type your question again? Okay, Alexia. Will me and Hugo be together within the next month? Will Alexia and Hugo? So, with time limited questions like that, the energy is fluid. So thank you for the follow. The energy is fluid. So like today it could be a month, but if the energy shifts within the next week, even it could, things can change. So that's just a little disclaimer, because everybody has free will. So but what does Alexia need to know about Hugo? So it's given the energy that he hasn't really closed the chapter on a previous relationship. Not saying this is exactly the scenario, but it's given like going through a divorce or a breakup. Let me know if that resonates. Thank you, Harmony, for the heart me. I'll put you on the list. You said you and him just broke up. Higher soul spirit. So the energy feels like he's dealing with somebody. Did y'all break up because you felt like he was cheating? You said he was cheating on me. That's why we broke up. Okay, yeah. I feel like whoever he was dealing with is who he's um dealing with. And why would you want somebody back that cheated on you? You don't have to answer that because it's kind of a rhetorical question. But I mean, I just want you to ask yourself that. Mama, you know you pee pee right there? Did you go pee pee? Did you go pee pee? I'm trying to teach her how to go on this little different puppy pad holder. All right, Harmony, I'll get to your question in just a moment. I feel like because we have a kid together, so I feel like it makes me want him. Okay. No, I wouldn't recommend dealing with that, especially because you have a child. Because it's very emotionally chaotic when you don't trust the person you're with, when you're constantly wondering if they're cheating, and all of those things. So, I mean, that you being in that type of energy affects everything. It affects how you deal with the child and all of that. So I don't encourage anyone to remain with someone because of a child, for sure. So I hope that helps. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Sadie is sending a heart me up at the top. I apologize. My board is kind of wonky. I wonder if I can change it while I'm on here. Hold on a second. I feel like I can change the board. Hold on. Let me see if I can edit it. Oh, Lordy. It's not gonna let me edit. But the heart me is up at the top near my name. I know that's kind of misleading. I shouldn't have done it like that. But thank you, Shorty, for sending the heart me. But who was that earlier? Sadie, I'm gonna put you on the list. But just if you could send a heart me, please. Is Veda still here? Or no, hold on. I think I'm on Killer Queen. Killer Queen was next if you're still here. Thank you for the follow, Rachel. Okay, D-Day Dream. If you want to send a heart me up at the top near my picture. If Killer Queen isn't here, I'm going to move on to Stephanie. Stephanie, are you still here? Okay, Stephanie. You said, will you and Riley work out? Higher Soul Spirit, will Stephanie and Riley work out? Thank you for the heart, me, Jenny. I'll put you on the list. But could you get off of there, bub, so she can go potty? Hold on, y'all. Maybe I need to do this so you can get it. This is where you go potty, mama. Sorry, y'all. I'm puppy training over here. Yes, yes, I do answer career questions. Hold on, mama. Get off of there, boy. Get off of there. Okay, well, Stephanie and Violet work out. Stop! 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 Stop. Sorry for the distractions. Well, Stephanie and Riley work out how yourself spirit. So Riley is giving very inconsistent energy. Thank you for the heart, me. It's giving like this person doesn't call consistently, doesn't like really want to do anything, like take you out. Like it's just given that the energy was not putting much into the relationship and was not consistent. Let me know if that resonates. Thank you for the heart, me. Okay, I'll put you on the list. You said that's correct. Okay. Steph Hope. So I mean, if he's not gonna be consistent, he's not gonna give you what you want. That's really not something that you will want to pursue. But that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna push my opinion on you. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. So I would say the answer would be no to that, but you know, y'all can do whatever you want with these relationships. So like when you ask a question like that, will it work out? You know, there may be some back and forth. There may be this person circling back and all of that, but it's not giving the energy that the person is going to change. Like if he's inconsistent now, then it's given that he's going to be inconsistent later. I'm not laughing at your situation. I'm laughing because the dog, I'm trying to teach her something new and she just moved her little thing away so she could do what she wanted to do. Thank you for the follow, Perla. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Stephanie. All right, Veda. Is Veda still here? Thank you, Gianna, for the follow. Hi, Totally. Dimples. Oh, that's cute. Is Veda here? If not, I will move on to is it Sainaresh? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please forgive me. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the roses. Really? Seriously? That's her pee-pee pad. My older dog that goes out the doggy door to potty is sitting on her puppy training pad. Like, all right. I'm going to move on to Harmony. Harmony, are you still here? Thank you for the heart me. Saying I'll add you to the list. Okay, Harmony. And you said, will you and Marty become long-term partners? Will Harmony and Marty become long-term partners? Higher Soul Spirit, what does Harmony need to know about Marty? I'm getting a no, and I feel like it's because your spirit guides are trying to protect you from something he's doing that's kind of like street life, or it could be just like some not so great business practices. Let me know if that resonates at all. If y'all could please send a heart me, it's the heart me that's up at the top by my name. I apologize, my board is a little confusing. It made sense to me when I made it, but now it doesn't make sense at all. Oh god. Okay, thank you. Rainville, I think that, is that how you say it? Rainville? Ronville? I have your name on the list. Thank you for the heart me. All right, you're welcome, Harmony. You say you don't know. Okay. So that's the energy that it's giving. So I would just say be cautious. Be cautious about letting that person come back around. Thank you, Totally Dimples. I'll put you on the list. I'm just curious, was he like real secretive about stuff? Because it's given that maybe he didn't want to tell you, but did he seem like kind of deceptive? Or did you catch him in a lie? You said he's a Marine and he is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll be cautious about that one. It's something ain't right. You said secretive about a lot of things. Yeah. No, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. And it could just be the secretive part that spirit is like they're protecting you from, because that's first of all, I feel like trust is very important to you. So if someone is being secretive, that's the complete opposite of what you want out of a long-term relationship. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right, so next is Diamond. Are you still here? You said that's true. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Diamond, are you still here? Gianna, I have a list right now, so you are on the list. Thank you for the heart me. Is Diamond here? Shorty? Yes, I have you on the list, Shorty. If Diamond, oh, thank you for the heart me. I think, yeah, I put, wait, hold on. No, let me get you down on there. Hi, Golden Crown. This Manny. Okay, what's your question? Is Sadie here? Thank you for the gifts. Is Sadie still here? Thank you for the heart me. Okay, Sadie, what's your question? Muerta. Three people, Steph Hope. Where's I put you on the list? Where to are you still in a relationship with Anna? Because I don't want to answer a question, because that's like me going into his energy. Thank you for the finger heart. Okay, Shorty, what's your question? You have two people in front of you. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Shorty, will Matthew and I ever get back together? My spirit team doesn't want me to answer questions like that because people try to do spell work, but I can look into your energy and see if they want to tell you something about Matthew. Higher self spirit, what does Shorty need to know about Matthew? So I'm getting a no about Matthew. Was there a lot of arguing? I feel like they're saying something about how you would talk to him or how he would talk to you. Jadora, if you could send the heart me that's up at the top by my name. I know my board is confusing. I apologize. Sadie, what was your question? I didn't see it. You said not really. It's more of his mom. So there wasn't any like arguing about his mom being involved. Okay, so they may not want to answer that. Yeah, I don't think they want to answer that. If I'm not reading your energy, then they don't. You're welcome. Um. Oh, she was kicking him out for being with you. That's weird. Is she a narcissist? Like, why would she do that? Thank you, Ronnie. Okay, I was on Jenny Hope or Sadie. What was your question? Did you put it in here? Yes, that is. I could be picking up on the arguments between him and his mom, but there's definitely like some kind of argument. Like the arguing is what's keeping y'all from not being together. So it could be the arguing between him and his mom that I'm picking up on. But that's definitely like she's gonna be a huge barrier to y'all being together. Sadie, did you re-put your question? Cause you might be filtered. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Jenny Hope, rather. It's Jenny Hope. Sorry, Jenny Rose. Is Jenny Rose still here? Simply me, I'll put you on the list. Okay, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Ryanville still here? Muerta, you're kind of far down on the list. Okay, what was your question? Ooh. Onyx, why are you sitting there? No. Oh, Steph Hope, I'm not on you yet. I'm on Rhineville right now, and then you'll be next. Rainville? Child, I don't want to tear your name up. Sorry, trying to get a little snack. Um, my spirit team doesn't want me to do those type of reconciliation questions. Um, I'll just ask them what you need to know about your love life. Five people if they're still here. What does Shonda need to know? Oh, I mean, what does Rainville need to know about Shonda? Did you catch Shonda in a lot of lies? That's the energy. The energy. Well, I mean, I can look into your energy, but if y'all are not together, that's like me looking into that person's energy without their permission. And my spirit team does not want me doing those kind of readings. So I can look into your energy and see what they tell me, but I'm getting the energy that that person did a lot of lying and that you were catching them in lies. Let me know if that's the energy. Either you or her. You said yes. Okay. So that would be a no. But you know, because it's like, how can you trust somebody if they're constantly lying? But again, excuse me, again, that's my opinion. Everybody has one. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, though. All right, Steph Hope. Thank you for the finger heart. Steph Hope. I'm trying to see your question. So does Antoine want to move forward with the relationship? Does Antoine want to move forward with the relationship? Thank you for the roses. Higher Soul Spirit, does Antoine want to move forward with the relationship with Steph? Hey, my girl, if you could send a heart me, hi, thank you for joining. The heart me is at the top. I know my board is kind of confusing. The heart me is up there where my name is. Thank you for the finger heart. You said not constantly, and I heard her in the past, but when we got back together, I was nothing but good to her. Okay. I mean, the thing is just, it doesn't even have to be constantly, but if there was deception, I mean, if you are a rare breed, if you can trust somebody who's deceptive. And that could be, if you're saying that you did something to her in the past, then that was your energy. So I think that, like, whatever happened, so if you're saying that that's your energy that was more deceptive in the past, then it's her energy is not trusting of you. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. Oh, Antoine. That's a man. Sorry. All right, Perla, are you still here? You said thinking I haven't changed. Yeah, I think that's the energy that is given. Like Antoine, sorry, I was saying her, but Antoine is like not trusting of the situation. Yeah, I was just talking to you, Steph Hope. Was somebody else answering? Uh, Hold on. Wait a minute. I was answering Steph Hope's question about Antoine. Oh, have mercy. So I was talking about Antoine's energy was deceptive. Was the other person, did the other person have a question involving an Antoine as well? Because I think I saw two people asking about an Antoine. Rainville, were you asking about an Antoine as well? That's what I was answering. I was talking about Antoine. I think. Let me clear the energy. Higher Soul Spirit, does Antoine want to move forward with stuff? It feels like the energy of him having a choice between two people is giving the energy of like him putting you in competition with someone else. Let me know if that resonates. Okay, they may not want to give me that. Yeah, they may not want to give me that reading. And I'm getting a no. But and there may be somebody else that you're not aware of, but I'm getting a no for that. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. He's in prison. Yeah, if he's in prison, honey, he probably got a list of people he damn talks to. It may be on some other shit. Okay? I'm not trying to be funny, but they be having multiple people. Like, if visitation is allowed, they'll have multiple visitors, phone calls, tablet. If they just, because really they're just trying to keep themselves occupied. I know that's not what you want to hear, but I would definitely be skeptical about that one. All right, but thank you for trusting me with your energy. Is Perla still here? Thank you for the heart, me, love a girl. Okay, only one. I'll put you on the list. Is Perla or Gianna still here? All right, Gianna, what's your question? Oyen, did you send a heart me that's up at the top near my name? I know the board is confusing. It looks like I'm saying just put a heart in the chat, but that's not what I'm saying. Hey, my girl, it's not a heart, it's a heart me up at the top near my name. Gianna, I'm not seeing your question. You might have to put it in one at a time. Thank you for the heart me. Maria, I'll put you on the list. Okay, Gianna, does Matt have feelings for me? I can't figure him out. Higher Soul Spirit, does Matt have feelings for Gianna? So I feel like for Matt, the energy is that he feels like he can't afford you, or maybe can't afford to date. Or do you know if he's going through something financially? He said he likes to gamble. Okay. So, the energy is not that he doesn't have feelings, but it's something about finances. So if he likes to gamble, it may just be that he's like in the energy of just wanting to gamble and not spend money on dating. Because it feels like the energy of, like maybe you've expressed that you want to go out and do stuff, and, and he's just like, And if he has a gambling problem, he might not even have the money like that. So, but I hope that helps you. I would not recommend being with somebody with a gambling problem, because that just can cause all kinds of craziness. But you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, the next person is Sin. Is Sin still here? You said, no. Yeah. Ani, let her have her little pad, please. Get your booty off. Get off. Move. If Sin is not here, I'm going to move on to Dimples. Oh, Sin, okay. You don't have a question. It really needs to be a yes/no question. because that is more like a general paid reading. But I'll see if there's just one thing that they wanted to say. Higher Soul Spirit, did you have something for sin? So I feel like they're saying something about your eating habits is affecting your mental health. So do you like eat a lot of junk food or fast food or something like that? Or like not enough vegetables, something like that. You said I haven't been eating enough, I don't think. Okay, so I feel like that's what they're encouraging you is to like eat more, and then also it should be balanced. So it's giving the energy of like maybe you eat the same thing over and over and over again, so maybe you need more variety in your diet. Does that resonate? You said thank you. Yes, I do. Okay. So definitely more variety. And it doesn't, I'm not getting the energy that you have to eat a lot more. But it's just like the variety, like fruits, vegetables, a little bit of protein, however you want to do it. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. So sin. No, that was sin. Dimples. Totally Dimples. Dimples. Totally Dimples. What's your question? Sorry, it's saying I have an unstable connection. Bria, did you? What was it? What's some? Oh, V, did you send a heart me? I can't tell, child. My heart feels heavy. I don't know what to ask. Okay, what do you have to tell Totally Dimple Spirit? So I feel like it's something that has to do with you as a mother, or maybe you and your mother's relationship. But like the first feeling I got was like maybe you don't feel like you're a good mother. Z, I know it's confusing, but if you could send me a heart me at the top, it's near my name of it, in my picture at the top. Thank you. You said yes, my relationship is not the same with my mom. Okay. So what is the higher soul spirit? What are y'all trying to tell her about that? I just feel like they're trying to encourage you that it's not like you don't have an obligation to your mother because she's your mother. You said her time is always taken. Yeah, it's kind of like if like in any relationship, if someone is not pouring into you, like it has very much so less to do with you than it does with whatever that person is going through. And the relationship between the two of you, even though like society puts a heavy relationship on the mother child relationship, it's really, life is really about the relationship you have with yourself. And so it could be a situation where spirit is creating some distance in order for you to get into a better place with your relationship with yourself. So if things with the relationship with your mom were kind of distracting you in different ways from focusing on yourself more and working on yourself, um then that's probably why that's happening right now. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. This man, is it this man? This man? This man? This Manny? Okay. Okay. So Manny's relationship, is Manny's connection with Lou legit? Higher self spirit, is Manny's relationship with Lou. I wrote it kind of wonky on my paper because I was trying to write so fast. So sorry about that. So is Manny's relationship, is the connection with Lou and Manny legit? Higher self spirit. So I do get like this person's energy feels like they're very flirtatious, like just naturally flirtatious and charismatic. So like I wouldn't necessarily say it's a farce, but it just feels like don't read too much into it. So if that's what you mean, like a farce, I would say don't read too much into it because it feels like the person is just kind of like this with a lot of people. You said it feels very surface level. Yeah, I feel like if the person is like that with a lot of different people, that's why it would feel surface level. Um that's kind of like just their energy, their personality. Um it's kind of not given that the person takes things that seriously. So like if they're constantly flirting with people, it's almost the energy of like this person needs a lot of attention. Do you get that energy like they crave attention a lot? Because it feels like they flirt with people. It's kind of the energy of like, I know I'm good looking, so I'm gonna flirt with people just to make sure I still got it type shit. Nah. You say yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling that shit. I mean, nah. Because, when people need a lot of attention, that creates a problem long term because that's like, that gives the energy of wanting to deal with multiple people, and it's a no. I would say no. Thank you for the heart, me, Dawn. Um, is that Eddie? I know it's kind of confusing, but I'm asking people to send me a heart me, the heart me that's up above by my name and my picture. But thank you for trusting me with your reading. Um, so now Muerta, are you still here? Thank you for the follow. You're welcome. Muerta, are you still here? Okay, if Muerta isn't here, is Simply Me still here? Sunday. Beautiful me, what does the emoji mean? I have a list, so I'm not sure if you're doing that because you feel like I'm not answering your question, but I do have a list. Oh, so you just up at the top where it says follow, and then once you follow, you send a heart me. Okay. So if Simply Me isn't here, is Lover Girl still here? Oh, thank you for the gift, Sunday. Okay, thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the gift. Beautiful. Did I put you down already? Yeah. All right, so if those people aren't here, is only one still here? Okay, Lover Girl's here. All right, Nova. Okay, only one, you'll be next. Nova, is Aunt reading our recent text conversation? I don't like reading questions, doing questions like that, because I would have to go into his energy. So if you want to think about another question. Okay, well, will only one get justice from last employer? Will only one get justice from her last employer? So the energy with that is that there's some kind of documented policy violation or something having to do with HR. Let me know if that resonates. Let me say, oh my God, yes. I'm not getting, unfortunately, I'm not getting the energy that you'll necessarily get like justice in the way that you want it. Because I feel like there's some kind of policy violation that they placed on you that they can justify. You said my manager was bullying me. But was there some kind of policy violation that they accused you of? You said no. I called her committing fraud, Medicare. It's giving the energy that the person's gonna get away with it. Unfortunately. So I mean, there may be something. You said she retaliated. So you have documentation of her of a policy violation. Because see, that's the thing. It's like even if someone retaliates and they investigate it, if they can't find a policy violation, like hardcore policy violation of the retaliation, because what people will do is they'll retaliate, but they'll mask it under something else that's legitimate, or something else that that the people can't prove is actual policy. So you said I have emails to prove it. I keep copies. Okay. Well, I would just say the energy I'm getting is not in the way, not the justice that you're looking for, because there, like I said, there has to be a solid policy violation. So if the person is like masking the bullying in emails that you interpret one way because you know she's coming for you, versus how it looks from the outside in. So people can commit bullying and make it look like they'll know how to manipulate their words so that it can be undetected by other people, but you know what's happening. That's the energy that is given. You say, yeah, that's exactly what she did. Yeah, so that's gonna be tough. But I would say what the purpose of that whole situation was really for you to stand up for yourself. So regardless of the outcome, kudos to you for actually calling out the bullshit and standing up for something. And even if they can't pin her with a policy violation, that person is going to eventually get theirs. So, like, you did your part, because sometimes what happens is they just need a series of people to create a paper trail in order for them to eventually get the person. It may take you and maybe 3 other people to document things, but eventually that person is going to get theirs for sure. But you did your part. If you just had not said anything, then that would have been like you not passing the test. But I feel like you passed the test on that one. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. Is Maria still here? Alexa, did you send a heart me? I don't know. I see. It looks like you did. Oh no. Alexa, no. Child, I called your name and my Alexa started talking. Thank you for the follow. Okay, thank you. Okay. So if Maria's not here and Z's not here, I'm gonna move on. Maria or Z? Okay, Z, what's your question? Yes, I'm doing yes, no questions, but I just ask that you follow and then send me a heart me if you aren't already following. Thank you for the heart me. I think I'm on Z. Okay, simply me. I think I had called you. Yeah, I had called you earlier. I'm waiting on Z, but I can circle back to you after Z. Okay. All right, I'll do yours after Z. Okay. Okay, is there a connection between me and a friend? So is there a connection between Z and a friend? Or is it just friendly? All right, so Spirit, is there a connection between Z and a friend? Is there something, it seems like there's something like this person is pursuing someone else. So have y'all had conversations about this person dealing with someone else? Like not even in a relationship, but just like interested in someone? So I feel like the energy is that it is just friendly because there's someone else that he's or he or she is pursuing. You said it's always been friendly. We thrive off each other's energy. Thank you for the heart, me. I feel like it's just friendly because it's not giving the energy of anything beyond that. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, simply me. What was your question? Lucy, will I get a job by June? Will Lucy get a job by June? Yes, I have you on the list, Ari. Lucy get a job by June. So it's giving the energy that there are going to be 2 job offers actually, but I feel like Spirit is saying that the first one isn't going to be as good as the second job offer. So I would just be kind of cautious about that. Okay. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. And congratulations. All right. It's beautiful here. Yes. Okay, beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Beauty. I'll just say beauty. V, should I pull back from tie? Should V pull back from tie? Alright, so Spirit, should V pull back from tie? So I'm getting a yes because I feel like this person is, for lack of better terms, for the streets. Because it's given like this, I don't know if this is your energy or their energy, but it's like the energy of having unprotected intimacy with multiple people. And that could be, I mean, it's not giving STD or anything, but it's definitely giving like could potentially throw your pH off, and you know, you just don't want, like, it's more so you don't want that, all that energy that this person is encountering. Let me know if that resonates at all. You may not even know. Betty. Betty, I know my board is confusing, but if you can send me a heart me, it's up there, up by my name, up here. Oh God. Thank you for the heart me. 9, 10. V, does that resonate at all? What are y'all doing? What y'all doing? Thank you for the rose. You're welcome, beautiful beauty. Oh, V, does that resonate? You said, I don't know. Okay. Well, I'll just say be on the lookout. Like, if anything seems weird or off, or definitely, I would definitely say use a condom for sure. But it's giving the energy of like that person taking on energies and then passing it on to you, which is not okay. Dawn and Lynn, I'm asking people to give me a heart me that's up at the top by my name. I know it's kind of confusing. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Um, Sunday, are you still here? You said I'm falling back for sure. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Sunday, what's your question? Carmen, if you could send, I know it's confusing on the board, but if you could send a heart me, that's what I'm asking for in exchange. Sam, did you send a heart me? I think you might have, but I'll put you on the list. Okay. Sunday, all right. Cassandra, does Terrence miss or think of me? So Cassandra, I don't do readings like that because I would have to go into his energy. If y'all are not together, I don't. You can ask me a different question, but I'm not doing those type of questions. All right, Phoenix, I'm putting you on the list. If y'all, no, I'm not going into his energy if y'all aren't together. Because it's the way you ask the question, it doesn't seem like y'all are together. All right, I can come back to you Sunday if you want to ask something else. Is Alex still here? Thank you for the follow. Susu, I'll put you on the list. Hi, Val. Roxy. Okay, I'll add you to the list. If y'all could please tap the screen. Is Alex still here? Okay, will Sunday be the area manager? Thank you for the follow. Higher Soul Spirit, will Angie be the area, Sunday be the area manager? Will Sunday be the area manager? Sunday, have you done like a love spell on this person you were asking me about? Or has someone do it? You said yes. Okay. So Spirit wanted me to bring that up because that's not a good look. I don't recommend that anybody do that, because like I feel like they were saying that the spell work is hindering you becoming the area manager. So whatever is coming back to you as a result of trying to manipulate somebody else's energy, it is going to have an impact on your like career trajectory. And I know that that's hard to hear, but that's why I highly discourage people from doing that shit, because you can really fuck it up for yourself if you're doing it to someone who's heavily protected. And so I'm not saying that that you're like doomed to karmic justice for the rest of your life. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that this is a learning experience so that you can stop doing that shit. Because anytime, so like, if Source created him, then, and we're talking about a him, right? If Source created this person and Source won't even violate that person's free will, then you should not be, getting involved in anybody's free will and trying to get them to be with you. And so that's why Spirit doesn't want me answering those types of questions, because a lot of people come to me. I'm not saying you in this instance, but my spirit team was like, people are coming to you to get free questions answered to see if the spell work hit. And the answer is going to be no every time. It did not hit, because either the person is very heavily protected and it has like instant return to sender, but either way, spell work does not work. So like, depending upon who you talk to, some people may say if the person is in a low vibration that it could possibly have an effect or something like that. But I personally don't believe that spell work works. And like some people talk about if the person is impaired a lot, like smoking or drinking or whatever, that putting them in a low vibrational state can make them more susceptible to it. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit works. So if you can take heed to the information now and stop that shit and never do it again, then like eventually your windows of opportunity will open back up. But like for the immediate future, that type of behavior is hindering like even your work situation. So Asia, I know that Asia and RH, my board is kind of confusing, but I'm asking to send a heart me. You're welcome, Sunday. Is Alex or Ari still here? Lover girl, I called you earlier. So if Alex or Ari isn't here, then I can do your question. Can you go ahead and post your question, Lover girl? So Destiny, I really don't like answering those type of questions. Are y'all like talking? Oh, okay. Love a girl. Will love a girl get hired for the job she's interning for? Hire herself will love a girl get hired at the job she's interning for. I'm getting a yes for that, lover girl. And I feel like it's going to be even better than like an entry level position. So it may be like a higher level position than you had assumed. Okay. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Is Lauren or 910 still here? Oh, Ari, you're back. Is DJ in his feelings about me leaving him? So I'm not going to answer that type of question because y'all not together. You're welcome, lover girl. Because that would mean I would have to basically do a reading on him without permission. I mean, you know, ask generally about your love life. I don't usually like doing that because that's more of like a paid reading, but I can see if Spirit wants to even answer. Higher Soul Spirit, what does Ari need to know about her love life? They're saying he's very heavily protected. So have you done any spell work? Or paid for it? Have you done anything that you feel like was deceptive? So it's kind of like, did you do something that would be considered deceptive to get him to pay you attention? You said that's his energy. Okay, so why would you want to be with that type of person? Because that's not, as you said, I've always been genuine and honest. Okay, so he's the one doing something deceptive within the relationship. Okay. They don't want me to get into your energy then. I'm not gonna say, because I mean, you know that if he's being deceptive, then you know that energy. Like, you know the relationship better than me. But there's something that you're not acknowledging about how the relationship went or whatever. but it's just giving the energy. It's giving a no, but it's also giving the energy of like something wasn't right. And if you're saying that might be his energy, then that might be something that he was doing. Okay. So Maury, you're kind of down on the list. Um, is who did I say I was gonna go back to somebody? I think I did that already. All right, I have Lauren 910 Tawanda. Are any of y'all still here? Thank you for the follow. Okay, Tawanda, what's your question? Yvette, I'm asking for people to send a heart me, so I apologize if it's confusing on the board. Roxy, I think I called you already. Did I? No, you're down further on the list. You said, will my living situation change soon? Phoenix, you have like maybe 3 people in front of you. You said, will Tawanda's living situation change soon? Higher soul spirit. Will Tawanda's living situation change soon? So it's not giving soon. It's like, I don't want to put your business out there, but it's giving the energy of like finances or credit or something like that, like maybe an eviction. But it's like there needs to be some time. So I don't know if it's exactly like that, but it needs to be some time before you can make that move. You said, I'm just hoping that I do move out. Yeah, I think you will, but not, it may take some time because there has to be like a time period where you are able to like fix whatever is going on. Or maybe you just need to save some money or something like that. But like when you say soon, that's really broad. So I would just say like take it one day at a time and just like focus on what it is that you need to work on to make that move, and just take it one day at a time and just like, pace yourself. But don't be discouraged. You're welcome. All right. Amen. Is it Amen? Amen. Amen, Sam. Are y'all still here? Thank you for the follow. Okay. Sam, what's your question? Are you Amen? Amen? Oh, Sam. Yeah, go ahead, Sam. Will my claim settle closer to me? My asking amount. Will Sam's claim settle closer to the asking amount? Higher soul spirit. I'm getting a yes for that, Sam. Maury, no. The next person is Phoenix. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Is Phoenix here? Phoenix or Susu? Let me plug this phone in. Okay, higher soul spirit, is there money coming for Phoenix? Higher soul spirit, is there money coming for Phoenix? So I'm getting a yes, but it's giving the energy of like money that's owed to you anyway. So, I know it's been tax season, but it's like giving the energy of a tax return, or some money that you're expecting. I'm not getting like unexpected money right this minute. So I don't know if that resonates. Let me know. I'm asking if y'all can send a heart me for a question. You said okay, thank you. Does that resonate? All right, the next person is Susu or Roxy. So I'm asking for people to send me a heart me, which is up at the top by my name. I know it looks like I'm asking to just put a heart in the comments. Okay, Roxy, will I move in the office space soon? Higher self spirit, will Roxy move in the office space soon? I'm putting your name on the list, Michelle. Thank you. Will Roxy move into the office space soon? Higher soul spirit, will Roxy move into the office space soon? It feels like the energy of either someone having to move out first and or maybe some renovations or something like that. Does that resonate? Is it Say or Cece? You say yes. Okay. So I do feel like you'll be moving in, but it's just gonna be like however long it takes for that process to happen. Okay, Moon, did you send a heart me? Thank you for the heart me. And that was chosen. All right, so Maury, you're next. Thank you for the follow. Maury, are you here? Okay, what's your question? Onyx, come on. I don't see your question, Maury. You might have to put like one word at a time if you're getting filtered. Okay, your question is, am I ever gonna find my person? Higher self spirit. Will Maury find her person? I definitely feel like it's a yes. I feel like there's something significant about Uranus moving into Gemini, because that has to do with like twin flame journeys, because Gemini is the twin. So Uranus, I believe, is going to be in Gemini for the next 7 years. So I know that's broad, but I do feel like within this transit, you will find your person. I feel like you've been doing a lot of manifesting around that. So let me know if that resonates, because I feel like your manifestations are working. Is Diana here? Thank you for the heart me. I'll put you on the list, Maddie. You say yes. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they're saying your manifestations are working. What do you mean elaborate? So I'm saying that we have Uranus going into Gemini. So Gemini is associated with the twin flame journey. Have you been manifesting, or you're saying, because you said yes, I thought you said you have been like working on manifesting someone. Okay, so what did you need me? You said like crazy. So what did you need me to elaborate on? Because if you want me to go further, that's a paid question. I'm not. I'm just really. It's just yes, no. So, but I gave you a bonus information that your manifestations are working. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going any deeper than that because it's free. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right, so the next person is Diana or Michelle. Is it? You're welcome. Thank you for the follow. All right, if Diana or Michelle is not here, I'm going to move on to Chosen or Cece. Michelle, I can put you on the list. Thank you for the follow. Michelle, I have you next. So is Diana here? Michelle, will Michelle find her person? Higher Soul Spirit, will Michelle find her person? Thank you for the rose. So Michelle, I feel like Spirit is saying that you will find your person, but there's some work that they want you to focus on. And I feel like it has to do with like attachment issues, abandonment issues, that type of thing. Let me know if that resonates. You said thank you, it does. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Is Chosen or Cece here? Hi, India. Okay, Chosen. Yeah, probably so. Just put one word at a time. Molly, did you send a heart me? Anel and Farah, did you send a heart me? Okay, Chosen. So, Deidre, did Terrell post? Did Deidre perceive the post properly? Did Deidre... I feel like you did perceive the post properly. And so the best thing to do would be to disconnect. Thank you, T. I'll put you on the list. So yeah, I would say the best thing to do would be to disconnect. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. Maddie, Diane, or India? Okay, India, what's your question? Oh, hold on. Okay, Molly, you're after. Well, India, what's your question? Thank you for the follow. Maddie, you probably are filtered. Because I just saw that, but I haven't seen anything else. Oh my God. Okay, Maddie, I'll come back to you. India, will me and my boyfriend stay together? Higher soul spirit, will India and her boyfriend stay together? Higher soul spirit, India, is he facing some legal issues? Kathy, thank you, Kathy. It's given that there's something that would create a separation. Okay, so it does give something that it's giving that there will be a separation. I'm not saying that it's going to be permanent, but there is going to be a separation from the energy that I'm getting. So I hope that helps you. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. Dell, I don't want to tear your name up. You're welcome. Maddie, you're down further on the list. Oh, Maddie, hold on. Okay. Will your business have successful lunch later this summer? Okay. Will Maddie's business have a successful lunch later this summer? I get the energy that you will have a successful lunch, but it's something with the caterer. Did you have like one caterer in mind? Because I feel like that person is not going to be a good fit. But I feel like the person is going to show you that they're not going to be a good fit. Oh, launch. Do you have other people working with you on the launch? Because it feels like somebody you are going to work with isn't going to be a good fit. You said no? Okay. Maybe I'm not reading your energy. But I am getting you have a successful launch though. I would just say if someone is trying to work with you or partner with you in some way, or maybe just do like a joint venture in some capacity, to be on the lookout for that, because it could potentially like create a hindrance for you. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. You said, okay, that's good to know. Thank you. You're welcome. Who's next? I think it's T. T or Molly. Okay, T. Will it be really hard for me to become financially stable? Will it be hard for Talia to become financially stable? Higher soul spirit. I feel like the answer is no. Because like I was talking about how Uranus was in Taurus for the last 7 years and it was challenging a lot of people, um, like work wise, money wise. I do feel like there's something creative that you do, like being some kind of content creator that could help boost that process of you becoming more financially stable. Um, so it may not be like exactly content creator, but it's like something creative that you do. Let me know if that resonates. Mia, did you send a heart me? Okay, Mimi, I put you on the list. Okay. You said thank you. It does. I'm planning on doing something in the line of the design. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I feel like, the stuff you had to go through in the last transit of Uranus is like you're going to be rewarded now, like for everything that you went through. Um, um, I think I called you Delax, but I'll go back to your question. Is Nella using voodoo on Delax? And Nell, did you send a heart me? I have a list going. Is Nella using voodoo on? I'm getting a no. Is Nella using voodoo on Dell? I'm getting a no for that. Okay, Molly and is it Navia? Molly. I'm not doing that kind of question, Molly. Because I would have to go into his energy. So Navia, will my marriage end in divorce? Higher soul spirit will I'm just gonna say Nav. Will Nav's marriage end in divorce? Will Nav's marriage end in divorce? feel like it's the energy of like you're the one holding it up from divorce. Cause it's kind of like the energy of if you don't file, then it's not gonna be. But if you move forward with it, then y'all get divorced. So it's giving the energy of just like kind of being complacent, living like roommates type energy. But his or her energy, whoever, like it feels like a masculine, but if you're married to a man, it feels like he'll just stay and he'll just stay forever. It's like he'll just stay forever if you don't make that move. So let me know if that resonates. Molly, did I just answer your question? You said, oh my, wow, so true. Yeah, that's the energy it's giving. But I feel like Spirit was saying you should have filed for divorce years ago. So I do feel like it's going to be up to you. All right, Kathy. Is Kathy still here? Y'all, please tap the screen for me. King Leo. Okay, Kathy, what's your question? Molly, did I answer a question for you already? Oh, I was saying I wasn't going to answer that question because I would have to go into his energy without, I was saying I wasn't going to answer that because I would have to go into his energy without his permission. And my spirit team is not going to allow me to do that. Is Kathy going to get more support in the community? Higher Soul Spirit, is Kathy going to get more support? Maddie, if you want to pay for a reading, then yes, I can go into more depth. Thank you for the harmony. Molly, did I already? Oh, Molly, you said, are you going to run into money? Y'all gotta be careful. I'm not trying to be funny or play you at all, but be careful about how you say things, because when you say things like run into money, I know that may be like maybe cultural slang that you may use, but when you think about how powerful your words are, and for you to say, am I just gonna run into money? Like, that could mean a lot of different things. It could mean, like dirty money. I mean, it could just mean so many things. That, I just caution people about asking questions like that, because it kind of lets me know how you relate to money in your life, where it's not attached to deliberate action and intention. It's kind of just like, maybe I'll run up on something, versus like taking deliberate action toward something that you want to do. So I will come back to that, because I think I had already started somebody else's reading. And now I'm a little distracted. Okay, I got your Cash App, Shay. Sorry. Who was I reading for? Whose question was I answering? Yeah, Mimi, I have you on the list. Um, where did Benji go? Did you send a heart me already? I'm thinking you did because you have the little triangle next to your name. Okay, Maddie. Okay. So Kathy, will Kathy get support in the community? Higher Soul Spirit, will Kathy get support in the community? I'm getting a yes for that. All right. So I just got a pay reading. So Maddie, what did you need me to elaborate on? I forgot that fast what we were talking about, honestly, because I'm channeling so much and having to shift gears that I don't even remember what I told you. You said I'm working with a designer and manufacturer is what you meant, or business partner. Um, Let me see. Higher Soul Spirit. Are y'all talking about the manufacturer or a business partner? So I feel like it's more of a manufacturer because initially I was picking up on like a caterer because I thought you said lunch. But if it's somebody that's providing something to you for your business. So that would be in line, like a caterer would be in line with um the manufacturer. I put you down, Teresa. Thank you for the heart me. Um, Let me see if there's anything else they want you to know about that. I do see that there could be a problem with like the first one that you have planned on working with. Yeah, like the first thing that came out was the King of Pentacles in reverse. Um, so that's definitely, it seems like it's given the energy of maybe you can find a better deal somewhere else. So maybe like the manufacturer that you were thinking about going with initially could, is charging more than what you could potentially get to do the work. So instead of going with the first manufacturer, do some homework and shop around. Maybe ask the designer for recommendations, or like if you're working with a designer or something. Um, I would say shop around because I don't think you're gonna be happy with the first option. Um, but you definitely have a new beginning in the Queen of Cups. So I think with the Queen of Cups, this is like getting a lot of love for your product, a lot of love from social media. Um, and it could just be that like the product that you're putting out is not only going to receive a lot of love, but be loved by a lot of people. They're really gonna like it. So I think that definitely you should like shop around for different people who are gonna assist you with putting it out there. Did you have... Okay, but it won't delay the launch. Let me see. Higher Soul Spirit, is it gonna delay the launch? I don't think it's gonna delay the launch because I said you would have a successful launch. So they didn't say that it would delay it. Yeah, I'm not getting that it would be delayed. Yeah, this came out in reverse. And so in the reverse position, that's more like, you know, hasty energy. Wands are fast energy anyway. But I feel like, you know, maybe they're trying to say that you don't have to delay the launch, but it may be better to not go so fast in order to be the most successful. So, like, it's given the energy of, if you just go with the manufacturer for the launch, you could end up costing yourself more money in the long run versus maybe delaying the launch, finding somebody else, and then going from there. So it's totally up to you. You know, like, it's whether if you want to do the launch, I would say if you're going to use that manufacturer for the launch, just use it for the launch and nothing else. So it's totally up to you. If you want to, because if you have everything in place already and then you want to just launch with that, but have a backup plan so that you can shift gears quickly after the launch. So that's what it's giving. It's like you also got the Queen of Swords, so they're like just really thinking through. You know, really take the time to get clear, get a lot of clarity on the move. Munchie, I put you on the list. So I hope that gives you some more clarity. Thank you for supporting me. Okay, I think Molly, did I finish answering your question if you're still here? All right, Immaculata, I'm adding you to the list. Yvette, I'm actually asking if you could send a heart me. I know it can be confusing what my board looks like. Did I call Kathy already? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the heart me. I'm putting you on the list, TTC. Is Mimi or Mia here? All right, Mia, what's your question? Okay, Mimi, I'll get you after me, after Mia. You have about 6 people in front of you, Immaculata. Hi, Megan. Welcome in. Okay, Mia, what was your question? Do I need to leave TC alone? Higher Self Spirit, does Mia need to leave TC alone? Yes, I am. Does Mia need to leave TC alone? Thank you, AJ. I might need to close the list in a minute. Does Mia need to leave TC alone? Thank you for the heart, me. Mia, I'm getting a yes for that. I'm just getting real raggedy energy for that person. Like, they just act like they not interested or some shit. Let me know if that resonates. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to send an invitation. Okay, Mimi, what was your question? Amber, if you don't take your tail outside... Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the heart, me. Okay, are Miriam and Adrian going to be together again at some point? I can't answer that type of question because I would have to read someone's energy that you're not with. And so that's like going into that person's energy. So if you can find a different question. I think it's Yali, Korea. If Yali is in here, it's is it Sent? S-E-N-T? Okay, Katie, I'll put you on the list. All right, the next person is Where Did Benji Go? And I think I'm gonna end my list at K Unique. So for tonight, I'm gonna stop at K Unique. AJ, I do have you on the list though. Oh, okay. And now I can add you, and I'll leave it at that. So before you, sisterhood is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they're all still here. If where did Benji go isn't here, Teresa, are you here? If Teresa isn't here, Munchie, what's your question? Oh, Teresa is here. Teresa, what's your question? Thank you for the follow. All right. Please hold your questions until I call your name. Oh no, I'm not answering that type of question, Teresa. Because again, that's getting into somebody else's energy. If you want to ask me a different question. Now, if you're in a relationship with that person and you want to ask me, are they being unfaithful? Then that's a whole other issue. But if you're not in a relationship, thank you for the follow. Munchie, are you still here? Will David and Diva get back together? I don't do those either. Because if y'all aren't together, I would have to read his energy in order to give you an answer. And that's different from y'all being in an actual relationship. But you can rephrase it, or you can ask me a different question, and I can go into that. Catherine, okay, Teresa, are y'all together? Okay. Higher Soul Spirit will Teresa, and thank you for the heart me. I'm not adding any more people to the list right now because I have quite a few people, unless somebody isn't here. So, Anna, if somebody left already, then I'll add you to the list. Okay, will Teresa, what's the other person's name? Will Teresa and Paul be in a committed relationship? Higher Soul Spirit, will Teresa and Paul be in a committed relationship? Teresa, I'm getting a no. But if you can, if you're already questioning if he's with someone else, a no to committed relationship, and that's why I want y'all to be cautious about how you ask questions, because you could be in a committed relationship with him and he not be in a committed relationship with you. So, I know commitment generally means both ways, but he could agree to a commitment with you and give you the idea that y'all are in a committed relationship, but he's not really in a committed relationship. So, Um, you know, the answer I'm getting is no, but it could mean, what I'm saying is it could mean that you do give him an opportunity to be in a committed relationship, but it's not giving the energy that he's truly going to be committed. So I hope that helps. And so Munchie, did you come up with a different question? Thank you for the rose. Hi, Bells. Or did I answer your question, Munchie? Thank you for the follow. I'm up to Catherine and Immaculata. Are y'all still here? No. Okay, Immaculata, what's your question? Thank you for the follow. Immaculata, will Joseph from church ask for my number? And this is one of those questions I don't like getting into because if y'all aren't in a relationship, but I'm getting a no for that. That person is given the energy of like, yeah, it's not a good look. I don't want to get into exactly what I'm getting because that's too much of a reading on that person. But I just feel like that person might have too much going on. Okay, thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right, TTC or AJ. Please tap the screen while you're waiting for your reading. AJ, does David want to see me? Does AJ want to see David? I'd be concerned why y'all have to ask these questions if y'all are together. For real. Because the person should be giving you all of the indications that they want to see you. They should have a desire to see you and be around you on a regular basis. Thank you for the heart, man. So let me see if my higher self wants to get into that. Thank you for the heart, me. Higher self spirit, what does David need to know? Or what does AJ need to know about David? You said, yeah, I'm asking AJ, so I was scrolling back. So does David want to see AJ? My higher self is like, nah, we're not getting into that. It's something about that my spirit doesn't want me to get into. But Thank you for trying to trust me with your energy, but yeah, I can't get into that. Sisterhood, are you still here? So I do have a list, and I am gonna cut it off at Anna. I don't think they want me to get into your energy for some reason. What's the other question? Is Sisterhood still here, or I don't want to tear your name up, but is it Emoina? Okay, Sisterhood. I don't see your question. You said at least does C feel I am the one he will marry? All right. Does C feel I am the one he will marry? Higher soul spirit. Does C feel like the one Elise will marry? So I'm getting the energy that he has considered it, but it's kind of like because you let him get away with a lot of stuff. Do you let this person, like, because it's giving the energy of like he can make up a lot of excuses. Thank you for the follow. So let me know if that resonates. Thank you for the rose. Ooh, my neck. You said not really. Okay. Well, they may not want me to get into your energy. Yeah, I don't think they want me to get into that if that's not your energy. What the hell was that? TTC, I already called you. What's your question, TTC? And now I have you on the list. Nancy, I'm not. My list is closed at this point because I need to get off of here, and I want to at least answer the questions I have on my list. Vale, did I think I called you already. Yeah, Lady Dimples, I called you too a while ago. Oh no, that was totally Dimples. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop at Lady Dimples because I can't be on here all night. Are y'all talking, Jessica? You and Asher, are y'all talking? Because I would have to do a reading on that other person. TTC, you might have to put it in the comments one at a time, one word at a time. Okay, I don't like to get into those questions about pregnancy and stuff. I'm not getting the energy that you're having, that you would have any problems conceiving, but I don't want to like get into, are you going to conceive? But I don't see like any health issues. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, is K Unique still here? Emoina? Or K Unique? Okay, if not, is Anel here? Okay, Anel, what's your question? Thank you for the likes. Okay, does Anel from want her to leave? So Anel, I discourage people from giving the reader too much information, because a reader will read into all the information you put in there. So in the future, just, FYI, for any reader that you go to, I will just leave it as something like, does my boyfriend want me to leave? Alright, so Spirit, does Anel's boyfriend want her to leave? Do you know if he's having problems at work? Because it's giving more like he's having problems outside of the home, like at work, versus it being you that he's being like agitated with. So let me know if that resonates. You said he's retired. Okay. So does he do something outside of the house? Okay, not working. So this might not be his energy. I don't get the energy that it's you that he's moody with. It could be like something he's dealing with from the military. Was he in the military? That was random. Was he in the military? Yes. Oh, wow. Because, yeah, that just came out. Like, that's how channeling works. Like, I'm not even conscious of the shit that I'm saying half the time. I am, but like stuff will come out like that, and it'll kind of surprise me. But I do feel like it has something to do with whatever he dealt with from the military. So like mental health, PTSD type energy. I would be cautious about that though, only because like how much of that are you gonna put up with? Um, if he's not going to get help for it, like he really needs to tap into those VA benefits and get some help for that, because and that's probably a conversation you need to have with him, because it's not fair to you, because I don't get the energy that you're doing anything wrong. Okay, he does have help. Okay, well that's good. As long as he's working on it, I feel like you can. It's doable if he's willing to work on it. So it may just be that this is a time that will pass. Um, Now, if you know your relationship better than I do, if he's like physically abusive or anything like that, I'm not encouraging anybody to stay in any kind of relationship like that. But if it's just like moodiness or something like that, okay, you said no. Okay. Yeah, if it's just being moody, I think that that's something that he's going to be able to work through. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. So, Anna or Lady Dimples, you're welcome. Okay, Lady Dimples, what's your question? Merle, I'm ending the live in just a moment. But if you're following, I do this pretty much every Friday. Merle, why you say that? What are his intentions or thoughts? Who are we talking about? Merle, I'll look into it before I hop off. Didn't I answer that? What are his intentions? Merle, okay. What are Oris's intentions? Child, I have a filter on. Thank you. I mean, it's not bad off without the filter, but I do have a filter. But I got hooked into the Dr. Malaxin and shit like that from TikTok. Um, what's Oris's intentions for Lady Dimples? So his energy is reading like he doesn't want to get married. Has he expressed that he doesn't want to get married just in general? Um, I'm not sure if that's what you're asking as far as his intentions, but I feel like y'all could have a cool relationship, but he just doesn't want to get married. That's the energy. Oh, he's in the process of a divorce. Yeah, I don't think he wants to get married again. But I would also be cautious about someone just getting out of a divorce. Um yeah, I would be cautious about that because most men need many years to get over a divorce. Like, it depends. I'm not going to say all people need that much time, but typically men need a good 2 to 5 years, I would say, roughly. Um, and so maybe that's why he's in the energy of not wanting to get married again. Um, but like I said, I would be very cautious about, like, even if he entertains a relationship. You've been with him for 3 years, so you the woman that he's been cheating with. Child, yeah, no, I don't. Mm-mm. Nah, I don't think he wants to get married. Yeah, I mean, if you found out that he was married a year into y'all's 3-year relationship and you've been helping him cheat for 2 years, he's not gonna marry you. At least that's the energy that I'm getting. Um, and that could be for multiple reasons. I mean, it's kind of hard to trust somebody that you've been cheating with. That's number one. Then number two, um, I just don't think he's in the energy of wanting to get married again. So, um, and then because also too, like, men when they get out of a divorce, even though he was having extracurricular activities with you, um, even still, because, like, when people are transitioning from a marriage, because of it being a divorce in itself, it's just not giving the energy of him wanting to get married again. So I'm not gonna get too far into that because, yeah, I don't want to get into all that. I don't do reconciliation questions. Okay, thank you for trusting me with your energy. Um, so Merle, okay, what about your love life? So after Merle, I'm gonna end the live because I'm tired. But I do this every Friday. I thought Merle, that's not what you asked me. You asked me something about people at work, didn't you? I could have sworn you asked me why do the people at work not vibe with you? Merle, sorry. So you didn't ask. Okay. Right, but I you may not have been here when I said that I was closing the list. And so, the heart me didn't cost you any money. If you want to unfollow, that's fine. But if I'm tired and I'm doing readings, I don't think you want the answers from that. Because I'm going to be super unfiltered if I'm tired. I sent my heart with the House of Alexandria. So, what's the future hold for Merle's love life? That's too general. I mean, I'll see what Spirit is gonna say, but it's way too general. That's a paid reading type question. Alright, so Spirit, what do you want to tell Merle about their love life? So Merle is giving the energy. Thank you for the heart me. It's giving the energy that and I am getting ready to end the live, but I do this pretty much every Friday. It's giving the energy that, and I just lost my train of thought now. But it's giving the energy that you need to work on some things. It feels like you keep encountering the same energy over and over and over again, and you're not catching the lesson. So let me know if that resonates. Because if you're encountering the same energy over and over and over again, there's a lesson that you're supposed to be learning from the test that you're not catching. You say yes, it resonates. Okay. So I would just say, like, look at the last couple of relationships and see what it is that you didn't like. And so with the next person that comes along, if you can recognize the bullshit early on and choose yourself first, then that will put you on the path to your person. Like, whoever is going to, like, truly be the person that you want to be with. But, like, there's a lot of different tests, thank you for the rose. There's a lot of different tests when it comes to romantic relationships. So if you're encountering someone that just wants to be intimate with you, that's a cycle that needs to be closed. If you're encountering people that just like breadcrumbing you, all they want to do is text, or don't want to take you out, or complain about spending money, or you keep encountering broke folks. Thank you for the heart me. I am getting ready to end the live because I'm tired. So I do this pretty much every Friday. But On other nights, I do, discounted pay readings on live, and is tremendously discounted from what my private readings are. So, thank you for the follow. I will see y'all tomorrow, possibly, if you choose to join. I do free collectives. So, but thank you all, and to all a good